the average income, the per capita of Bihar is still the lowest amongst all states. It was the same scenario in 1990. It was the same scenario in 2005. It's 2025. Bihar is still struggling with the same issues. And Prashant Kishore on many occasions has gone on to say that the BJP has not done anything for Bihar. Whatever has happened in the last few years pertaining to Bihar and its growth and its progress is all because of smaller parties. What do you make is going to be, the result on the 14th of November? Are we going to see a close fight? Is the NDA, taking its success with Nitish Kumar for granted?
About the Prashant Kishore factor. See, this Prashant Kishore factor is this X factor, I would say, of the Bihar elections now this time round. Because this is something that I don't think that, this is very predictable, or there's a lot of uncertainty about this. And he has been raising a lot of very pertinent questions and a lot of thought-provoking questions at that. Now, apart from all of that, what I would say is, winning any elections is about arithmetic. So you have to get all your numbers right. You have to get all the right selection of candidates, and you have to have a right connection with the people. So all of that put together, that is where I see that today the NDA is leagues ahead of all the other political parties. The entire Mahagathbandhan, sorry to say, we have had some discussions on this on some of your past shows. But then, there also I have told you that I see that they are definitely not in unison. The Mahagathbandhan, I think that it's in name only, it's a Gathbandhan. Otherwise, they don't seem to be on the same page in any of the, in any of the factors. See, how do you have something called as a friendly fight? The very basis, the very fact that there is anything called as a friendly fight in these elections, where there should have been a united force fighting against this huge, these people call it the election machine called as the NDA, especially the BJP. They should have been united and they should have been fighting it vehemently. Instead, they are into friendly fights with each other. So that is happening in 11 or 12 seats. And, so that is outrageous at the very start. Now, you are asking me about some allegations against some candidates of the NDA. See, they are all
that's the Deputy Chief Minister, Rajalakshmi. That's the Deputy Chief Minister of Bihar. He's not just a mere candidate.
Yes, the thing is, the fact of the matter is that, the very clear message of the NDA is that the law will take its own course, and that they are definitely, all of them, whoever is, any allegations are there, they are not going to be shielding them or anything. So they will have to face whatever charges are there, and they will face the courts. So all of that is happening. So, now when you compare it with the other side, when you look at the Mahagathbandhan, there you see that there are convicts there. There are people who are, the entire force, that is this RJD. There are people who are facing such very heavy allegations, that the kind of allegations that they're facing even today. When, Mr. Tejasvi Yadav, when he talks about giving so many jobs, apart from the basic fact that, it doesn't fall into the arithmetic of it, the very fact that, he was actually, his family was involved in this land for jobs scam and this CTC scam. So all of that, I think that actually puts this fear. So, this Jungle Raj is an entire, a different monster again, which they just cannot get rid of. So then apart from that, when the minute they start talking about jobs, now people start wondering, what is this calculation that Mr. Tejasvi Yadav is talking about? He is saying, I have it all under calculation. But what calculation, he does not say. So this kind of a, uncertainty about how he's going to provide those jobs, that again, that is all questionable. Now, coming back to Prashant Kishore, see, he himself is not contesting the elections. And again, he could have been a surprise packet winner. But now what has happened is, see, now in this scenario, what would have happened is it comes down to a constituency by constituency kind of a contest where every candidate selection is very crucial. And he being the surprise packet, he being the X factor, he has laid down all his cards in the very first round. So he was the first one to put down the list of candidates because very frankly he doesn't have too much of a choice of candidates. His party is the newest one. He doesn't have a very strong cadre. He doesn't have too many choice of candidates. So who the candidates were revealed in the very first instance, and then the NDA has reacted to it and they have responded with their choice of candidates. So they were the ones who have very properly and selectively they have put down an entire list of candidates, and I would say that they have done it with a lot of calculations, so they know what they're doing. And then the last ones to respond actually had the most time, but but sorrily what they did is they bungled up the whole thing. So instead of actually looking at all of this in a very calculated manner, instead of looking at who the other candidates were and fielding an appropriate candidate in opposition, what they did is they have fielded multiple candidates from, then ended up in this friendly fight in
Well,
more
Rajalakshmi,
than
the
20.
opposition has also gone on to say that the Revdi culture that the BJP admonished and rebuked and criticized is something that is being extraordinarily being used in Bihar to woo voters. How do you respond to that?
Vineet, now this thing about the 10,000 amount being given to the ladies, that is being branded as the Revdi by the opposition. But I would say that that is a very well-timed welfare scheme. And because it is not just this one particular thing in isolation, this is something that Mr. Nitish Kumar has been doing over the years. This is one of the many instances in which he has actually gone all out of his way to empower women. So starting from his first tenure, if you have seen that women have actually voted for him very strongly. Now I wanted to talk about the MY factor and how that has changed in Bihar from this Muslim and Yadav factor to Mahila and Yuva today. So now the Mahila is, you know that it is 50% of your populace, if if it is going to stand strongly with one person, with one political party, with one Gathbandhan, then obviously they stand a better chance. I'm not saying that 100% of the women will vote for the NDA, but I'm saying that that is a strong factor. So this, you have seen that every time the women voters have actually strongly supported, and for a good reason at that. The women just cannot forget the Jungle Raj and what used to happen at that time when it was a state-sponsored kind of a Gundaism happening in the state. So that is something that the women just cannot forget, and they will definitely not want it to come back. And to add to it, now what is happening is they have not just gotten rid of the Gunda Raj, not just gotten rid of the Jungle Raj, they have actually been empowered. So now today they can not only move around freely, they have become Jivika Didis, Drone Didis, they have become entrepreneurs, they can actually they have a lot of independence. So now they are a very major vote factor. So, even more than the Yuva, I would say. So even in the Yuva factor also, just remember that half of it is the young girls who definitely are they are also inclined to be voting for the NDA because they also don't want the Jungle Raj back. They also have heard and they have also known about this factor from their parents. So I understand that the Yuva of today, the first time voters, have never seen what a Jungle Raj is because for the last 20 years, Nitish Kumar has been in rule. So they don't know about this thing of the Jungle Raj. But then the girls definitely don't want that to come back. So today, even among the Yuva, this factor of the girls, they definitely will stand strongly with the NDA. And the NDA has given them all the major opportunities. So there are a lot of investments coming in now because today there is better infrastructure, better law and order than it was before. Then there is better incentive for somebody to be investing. So the investment will come slowly, but it surely will in the days to come. But then the fear is that if the Mahagathbandhan comes back, then maybe there will not be as much investment as it is expected now, because then today when the investors are assured because of this double engine and because of the assurance that the central government also will give a lot of support to the state of Bihar, because even Modi ji
Okay.
has been going there repeatedly. So I think that definitely that has a huge impact on the way in which the people of Bihar will vote, because they
Okay.
don't
All
want
right.
the